All right, let's talk about one of the most exciting and frankly hyped up topics out there, reversing aging. You see it everywhere, right? From splashy headlines to promises coming out of Silicon Valley. But what's actually real science and what's, well, just hype? We're going to cut through the noise and look at what science can actually do to turn back the clock.
So let's just get right to the million-dollar question, the one everyone wants answered. Can we actually fully reverse aging? Like, can we take a 60-year-old and make them biologically 20 again? Is that even possible? Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right now. The short, simple, no-nonsense answer is no. We can't fully reverse aging. At least, not yet.
But hang on, don't click away, because that no is not the end of the story. The long answer is where things get really fascinating. We are standing right on the edge of being able to partially reverse some aspects of aging, right down at the cellular level. And you know what? That could change everything.
So if we're going to talk about reversing aging, we have to know what we're up against. What even is aging from a scientific perspective? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a whole collection of different biological processes that scientists have bundled together and called the hallmarks of aging.
Think of these hallmarks as the root causes, the fundamental reasons our bodies wear down over time. They're the targets. If you can develop a therapy that can fix one or more of these hallmarks, then you could theoretically slow down or maybe even reverse some of that age-related damage.
So what does this look like when you zoom way in? Well, a few key things are going wrong. First, our DNA is just constantly taking hits and accumulating damage. Second, those little protective caps on the ends of our chromosomes, called telomeres, they get shorter and shorter every time a cell divides. Third, our bodies start collecting these cranky, old, dysfunctional cells, nicknamed zombie cells, that just hang around causing trouble. And finally, our cellular power plants, the mitochondria, they just start running out of juice. That, in a nutshell, is the biology of getting old.
Okay, so if those are the problems, what are the solutions? This is where things get really cool. Scientists are no longer just observing aging, they're building a whole new toolkit of experimental approaches to fight back, each one designed to target those specific hallmarks we just talked about.
First up is the one that sounds like pure science fiction, cellular reprogramming. This whole idea is built on Nobel Prize-winning research, and it's basically a way to hit the reset button on a cell's age, turning it back into a more youthful, adaptable state. The results in mice have been absolutely mind-blowing. I'm talking restoring vision in old mice, reversing tissue damage. But, and you knew there was a but, right? This is a huge one. It's super risky in humans right now, mostly because if you reprogram cells too much, you could trigger cancer.
Remember those zombie cells we mentioned? Well, approach number 2 is all about cleaning house. These drugs are called senolytics, and they are designed to be like little assassins that hunt down and eliminate those old, harmful zombie cells. In animal studies, clearing out these cells has led to big improvements in physical function. And the really exciting part? This isn't just a lab experiment anymore. Senolytics are now being tested in early human trials.
All right, next up, epigenetic reversal. This is all about your biological age. See, there's the number of birthdays you've had, and then there's the age your body actually feels and functions at. They can be pretty different. This approach uses a cocktail of therapies and lifestyle changes to try and rewind that biological clock. And this is a big deal, because this is one of the first areas where we've seen some really promising results in actual people. And here's the headline number. Small human trials have already managed to show a reversal of 1 to 3 years in biological age. Now, let's be clear, this isn't turning a 50-year-old into a 20-year-old overnight, but it's real. It's a measurable reversal. It's the proof of concept that, yes, this can actually work.
And finally, we have telomere extension. Remember those protective caps on our chromosomes? Think of them like the little plastic tips on your shoelaces that keep them from fraying. The goal here is simple: rebuild those caps. Scientists have shown this works in individual cells and in animals, but the methods we have to do this right now are just not considered safe for long-term use in humans.
Cellular reprogramming, zombie cell assassins. It all sounds amazing, doesn't it? But now we have to take a breath and have a little reality check. We need to be really clear about the incredible future potential versus where things stand today. So let's just lay it all out. As you can see, both cellular reprogramming and telomere extension are still pretty much confined to the lab and animal studies because of some major safety concerns.
Senolytics are the furthest along, which is awesome, but they're only in early human trials, and we have no idea what the long-term side effects might be. The big takeaway here is simple. We are not there yet. This is all still a work in progress.
So let's break it down even simpler. Hype versus reality. Right now, what we can do is slow down the aging process. We can achieve some pretty cool but slight reversals at a cellular level. And we can absolutely improve our health span, which is the number of healthy, active years we have. What we cannot do, not even close, is stop aging completely, turn the clock back decades, or go buy a reverse aging pill. That is still science fiction.
So all this brings us to the most important question for you and me. What actually works right now? What can we do today that's proven to slow down our own biological clock?
And the answer might not sound futuristic, but it is incredibly powerful and backed by mountains of science. Your strongest anti-aging tools by far are regular exercise, especially strength training, eating a clean diet, getting quality sleep, managing your stress, and of course, avoiding obvious bad stuff like smoking. These things may not reverse your age, but they put the brakes on the damage like nothing else.
But let's look to the horizon again. Because while we're all doing the practical stuff today, scientists are in the lab building the therapies of tomorrow. So what could the next few decades realistically hold?
Well, based on the speed of progress, a lot of experts think that within the next 10 years we'll see the first approved therapies that can achieve some kind of partial age reversal. Fast forward to 20 years from now, and we might be looking at therapies that can rejuvenate specific organs, like a heart or a kidney. And maybe, just maybe, within 30 years, personalized anti-aging treatments could just be a normal part of going to the doctor.
So, we've walked through the science, the current reality, and the potential future. After all that, what is the big idea we should all take away from this?
When you get right down to it, the real goal of all this incredible research isn't about achieving immortality. It's about extending our health span. It's about preventing the diseases that come with aging so that we can live vibrant, healthy, capable lives for as long as possible. The point isn't to live to be 150, it's to feel as good as a 50-year-old when you're 80. And that leaves us with one last massive question. As these technologies go from science fiction to actual medicine, we have to start asking ourselves, if we really do succeed, who gets access to these treatments? Who gets to live healthier for longer? And what will that mean for all of us, for our whole society? That is going to be the next big conversation.